goodness, are you guys ready? Oh my gosh, it's raining. All right, let's get ready. Okay guys, so day 3 of the Anna Griffin Create Crop at Home 4. Today they're focusing on Virginia. I couldn't remember how to say Victoria. I'm like, no, that's not it. Although I'd love to see a Victoria line. Ooh, that'd be pretty. So we're gonna get right to it. I guess it is also Cinco de Mayo, so happy Cinco de Mayo to those who celebrate. I'm going to log in. I have about 6 minutes. Hey, yesterday I only had 2, so, or basically 1. So I'm gonna do that. Bring out the things I need for Virginia, and let's get going. So yesterday was a wrap up, or at the end of the day I wrapped up Faded Rose. I said I would try to complete this flap one. I just didn't get to it, guys. Oh my gosh, I was exhausted. And then somebody had left a comment that how come whenever you do online things like this, crops or whatever it might be, it's tiring, and it really is. And it's just, you know, at the end of the day I think a lot of people are like, I am mentally fried, especially with this last technique or whatever design for the end of the day yesterday at Faded Rose. And I mentioned it in yesterday's video. Faded Rose I think has become like one of my favorites. I think Anna said they will be available on her site, and they're going to be available on HSN, like the packets, like the packs the way I showed you guys. So I don't know what the pricing is going to be on those, but somebody had mentioned the pricing already on her site. On some of the papers, I don't know, it was really high, so I don't know what that means. I haven't looked, so, you know, hopefully they'll go on sale, and HSN will have some kind of, you know, better pricing. Who knows? Usually they're kind of comparable. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so we're gonna get to it. I haven't really looked at today's like what we're actually doing, because I feel like I've been keeping up okay with just having the stuff, you know, that lists out that we needed, and we'll see. But the way it's planned is day 1 is a little more basic, day 2 a little more intermediate, and then day 3 more advanced. So I don't remember last year if I really caught up with my day 3 things. I think I did stick in there okay, but we'll see. So we're gonna get started. I think, you know, at the end of the day, supposedly there's gonna be an exclusive sale for people who attended. If it looks like it's exclusive, if it looks like it's, you know, for everyone, I will try and let you know. But again, there is going to be a link, and I don't know if my link is just going to keep it alive for me, so I wouldn't know if it works for just the general pop, you know. So I'm sorry about that. But you guys can always just check back, you know, on the site in the evening and see if there's anything for sale there, or on sale. Of course, there's things for sale. I think that's it. I'm gonna enjoy my tea, log in, and get this going. And yesterday I didn't really go back to the craft room, which is where you kind of hang out and things. I went for a little bit. What did I do? I went inside, I got ready, I finally ate. Oh my gosh, it was like 3 o'clock, and I ate lunch and breakfast basically. I was just like, had a snack and like my tea, if it was even a snack. I did the thing where Anna Griffin pulls you in to see the cover page or whatever it is. It might be that she does at the end of the day, and she does that in a different platform. But if you go to Swap Card, a lot of people still had this question. I even saw it today. Somebody had left me a question about it. It's just like any other thing. So on the Swap Card, you go to Agenda and you go to Craft Room, the one that starts at 2 o'clock on Friday, Craft Room at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and there the video replay will be there. They'll bring it in. She said it might take a day or 2 because it's not the same as Swap Card, you know. But the instructions are there for download, just like you did before. So under her little face, just like in the video I showed you guys, it says documents and links. It'll be there so you can download the instruction at least. So yeah. Okay, so I'm seeing the chats. I gotta get into this thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, 3 minutes to spare. So I'm gonna click on live now, and we'll get going. It should be just like music. Yeah, it's mute. I have it on mute, but everyone's saying good morning and all that kind of stuff. This person said good morning from Denmark. I went, oh, Denmark, South Carolina. That's funny. Okay. I'll get started. I'll be back, maybe give you guys a little something, because this first half an hour again is just chatting, talking, saying hello. Going to get my little slippers on here, because I don't know if you saw, it is raining. Oh my goodness. I will say I've been having a really great time using, again, just that Dollar Tree or Daiso mat without the metal plate for my die cutting, and it just reminds me, I'm like, why did I ever stop using the Empress? It's because it's kind of big and I don't have all that room like at my craft table. I don't really like putting something in and having to go to the back to get it back out, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think that's probably what it was more than anything. And then yeah, I mean, that's it. But maybe I'll make room for her. I mentioned that in the last one. Maybe I will. Still got a couple minutes, but I will start getting ready. All right, guys. See you shortly. Said to cut something 12 inches and the instructions said 9 1/4, and it probably should have been 9 1/4. I listened to her because, you know, usually what's more contemporary is what she's saying. And then as I'm cutting things on this one certain page, I didn't have enough to make the last strip. So what I did was just take the short piece that shouldn't have been, anyway, it just was cut kind of crazy. I'm just going to stick them together to make a one piece. It's just literally one little portion I still need. So I'm going to glue 2 pieces together. It probably won't be noticeable, and to be honest, with these kind of pages, I'm probably going to put something on top of it anyway, so I'll make sure to cover that area. But just be careful with your cutting. This is the Virginia class 7, I guess, is what it is. 7, 8, 9, in my throat. But yeah, so we have these that are 12 inches that you don't need 12 inches. They're going to lay over on top of this. So I think the instruction was more correct on that. Oh well. Just breaking back out for like a lunch, but for me that'd be breakfast and go check on the kids. This class was challenging, you know. I was like, oh, this is not too bad, but then I was like, oh, my square is kind of crooked. The way it layers up, you know, I have to pay more attention to that next time. And then this one I'm not quite done. I still got to do a mitered frame, and then I realized we have this frame in the background that you're not even gonna see. It's almost the same width and things as this one, so whatever. But when we were cutting the paper, it just ended up being there, so I still used it. And then this guy is going to pop on top of that, so a frame and another frame. I really love this kind of thing. This is old school, you know, gutting, like, you know, cutting things down the way we used to do in scrapbooking. I really love it, and I think she said Maripi designed it, and I've heard her mention this person before. I don't know who this person is, but I love this, so she did a great job. And then she's going to cover up with all these flowers and stickers, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do probably one focal image, maybe on this one too, because this one's bigger. This one, maybe one in the middle. I don't want to cover all this work that we did. So that's just me. But yeah, so that was class 7. And I think I'm going to come back because she's going to leave the chat room open all day. So I'm going to go get the kids ready for breakfast. They're ready with their breakfast and see if they're even awake yet. And then maybe finish this up while I'm chatting with some people or something like that. At least that's my goal. But I will get this done today because I'm very close. Yeah. See, there you go. I've been doing the scrapbooking for this, event, but I can see where you would use it for a card for sure. It was hard. It just reminded me of the old school stuff that we did, but I think I can see where it would be difficult for people. I can see that. Like, yeah. Okay guys, so during the break I just finished up my pages. This second page was supposed to have another border, but in the chat, and I was in the craft room, one of my friends there had mentioned maybe using these because they're so pretty, right? These pages that we just did as a title page and a back page, and I was like, oh, you know what? I really like that idea because on this one we're supposed to put the same pink frame over this, but then you're just going to cover it up and you don't see any of this. It literally is like the same size. So why is that even here? So I think that will be my back page or something. This might as well, I think will be my title page. It's really pretty, and then obviously we're going to deck it out with everything else, but there's just a lot going on. I know it might be hard to see, but there you go. So I think that's what I'll do, because that way they're not with each other. I felt like if there was one and then the other, they both need to have that pink border, right? So thank you very much, my craft room friends. I will take that and I will use this for something else. I guess that meant I only had to cut 2 of these in half since I didn't do both pages with it, but maybe I'll put a frame on another page and I already have it ready to go. Actually, these are still 12-inch strips, so I can do a 12-inch frame instead of making it smaller like we did for that one. So maybe I'll do that and add that to something else, like one of my own pages. But yeah, so ready for class 8. Ready as I'll ever be. I bring out the papers you saw there as I was chatting, and then there are some things I need to die cut, which I was just realizing I didn't die cut anything for that first one. It was all kind of cutting by hand, which I love. It's really fun. So I'm going to do that and get some of those ready. There's a lot of thickness on this next page, so I'm probably going to do some things to flatten it out. I don't know what those things are going to be, but I'll get it done. This is supposed to be our background paper, and it's going to be this side. But on this side is this pretty flower that I just love so much, so I am not going to use this paper. I'm putting this back in my bag, and I'm going to use just another one that I don't care about as much, like this one. It's still blue, and this is, a pattern. So I'm going to do that instead, because I can't bear to part with the other pretty one, and you're not going to see it and all that kind of thing. Yeah. So I'll continue on. came back and said there must have been a mix-up with the way they numbered the classes, because the last one was the intermediate and this was the beginner for today. And I guess, even in the chat someone was saying, and this is the intermediate, the beginner, and I was like, oh, I think she means like each day, like that first class is easier than the second day's classes and then the third, but within that there's also easiest, or easier, and then going to be more advanced at the end of the day, because it was tough. And this one is actually really easy, but for whatever reason it took up my whole time. I'm like, why am I not? But this page is gonna have this guy in here, and it is really big. Now that I look at it, there's supposed to be another layer under here, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing that one. We're just gonna do this. I think that's gonna be pretty, and I'm gonna do them both the same, because the second page wasn't really something I wanted to do, so I think I'm gonna do both. And I already cut those things, so maybe that's why it's taking me a little bit longer. I don't know, but hopefully by the end of the day I'll have these guys done, because I want to have them done. So I am gonna go inside, see about lunch, and then start class 3. But it does make sense that the other one, it was just harder with all the mitering and the cutting and the inlays that you're going to cut out, all that stuff. I don't even know where my papers are. They're behind me over here. So people were struggling with that, but this was supposed to be the first one, so it happens. All right, I'll be back. Okay guys, took a little break. I'm gonna jump back in, probably get into the craft room. I've been using that a lot today just to say hi to people. I didn't really come back last night. I was talking about that at the beginning, and I thought, did I say what I did? Anyway, we saw the Anna Griffin, her going through the things, and then I just stayed and chatted for a little while, and I had to go inside and give my little one some attention and stuff and make dinner and all that, so it was nice. But so I've been chatting with people today in the very beginning and then in between the classes, so I have about 20 minutes, so I'll probably jump in there, finish this guy up, and then pop it on that page and hopefully finish up the other side of the page today. So that's what I'm gonna do. Gotta get ready for the third class, which the first two were just kind of, and I'm wondering if that one was the one for that should have been third. I don't know. That first one was killer, but it's okay. We'll check it out. So I'll get right back to it, and I'll see you guys when we're done. And that basically at the end of the day is when you get your link to go to shop, whatever the sale might be, the exclusive sale. So we'll see. I might have to get in there before I say anything else, Like I said, after the first crop at home, I remember it just like crashed the site, and it was crazy. And I was like, nothing's worth that. It was really just aggravating. And I just went back later if I felt like shopping later on. So, okay. So yeah, it says it starts in 1 minute. I don't think that's quite accurate. It's going to show a preview, usually the cutting guide again. But let's see if anybody's in the craft room. All right. Oh, that is so funny. But yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, where are my spellbinders rolls? And I couldn't find them. I have at least probably 60 or 70, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. May I remember for the pictures itself. I'll try to find them. I was looking for it just right before I came in here, and I was like, okay, 5 minutes is enough to look for it, and I'm done. So yeah, so just popped off chatting with people. It's been a lot of fun. I've talked to probably over 30 people, and I don't want anyone to feel left out, but thank you guys. I mean, I can just name off so many people with Irene, Beatrice, Sonia, Lita, Elizabeth. I don't want to leave people out, but there's a lot of folks that we really appreciate people, popping on, saying hi. I know it's intimidating. It's a weird thing. It pops you into a table you don't know anybody at, and maybe you know a name or two here or there, and you're just kind of looking around. So yeah. But okay, well, I guess that's it for today, because after this is done, it goes to the sale, and I don't think the craft room will be open anymore to chat with people. And I gotta get dinner going, stuff like that. I promised Miranda froyo, so we're gonna get froyo, just the girls, and it'll be fun. All right, last class. Oh yeah, well, the last class I was gonna say, should I say it's Virginia? We've been working with Virginia all day. can't really see me, but this is probably as much as I'm going to do on this page. This page was crazy. That happens. There's always like one that's especially, you just have box pleats down here, and so I smashed them down, but I did the same pleating that they did. So I think if you're going to do something like that, let's say you went to the crop and you would like to do something like that, I pared this down big time. So I'm only using one border that is split in half there, and then with this pretty border on top. On the very top here, I did a thicker border, but I left this one piece from the other page that I didn't use after all, so that's my border piece there. But I will say with this one, if you're going to do this, because I smashed it down so it would fit and be not super bulky, because they're going to be a 1/4 inch high or whatever it was, maybe 4 of them if you really want to fill this in, right? So bring this guy over, you probably can squeeze in 4 of them that are flat, but they just look like little valances, like little ruffles here and there. I think I'm okay with it. That doesn't bother me at all. But they're wrapping it up, and so I'm going to wrap it up. I hope to finish some of these pages tonight. Try to get into the sale. But let this wrap up, and then I'll get back with you guys in a minute. Oh, obviously I haven't put my photo mats either. Waiting for just like another set of giveaways, but then the day is over, so I have a new networking request. Yeah, and then I guess you're supposed to get an email for your access to the sale if you attended the crop. I will leave in the description box if it's open for everybody, only because like I said, I don't know when I'll know that, and I want to get this video edited and out and everything. But maybe in the description box or as a comment, I'll pin it, maybe both. And I will see you guys. Just real quick, one more thing I might mention so I can show you these pages. I just want to show you what these are. This last class pages, it'll look really pretty, I think, once we got a matte layer and there's some pictures, and then of course some flowers and things. This one was from the second class. I didn't get quite done, but it's basically going to be this page just done again, so I can do that pretty soon here. I wanted to show you this creative mess. I had a ring light there that I never actually needed to use. Oh, my Wolfgang Puck recipes from the last video I did. The china cabinet stuff that I was using to make a mock-up, scraps, and of course with these scraps are also the next, the other layout that I was showing you guys at the beginning. So I do need to finish that up, but that's one of them. It's really pretty. I know there's layers, you can barely tell. And then here's the other page. That again, I changed my mind as far as putting that border. That rose border is so pretty, though, that floral. So, anyhow. Okay. Oh, sorry, I did want to show you a little more. I have my pages there. I'm going to pop them into the protectors, because I think every year I put them back because they're not quite done. They need to go in the protectors. I have stuff that was next to me that I was cutting with, just to give you an idea of what was going on here. Some little snacks. I'm just going to wrap it up, and I have some guests doing some funny little bit there, and then that's it. So, great time. Yes, there's a lot to go over. You can definitely, if you attended, go back and watch the videos for like at least the next year. I believe Crop Home 3 is still up there, so that's been a year. They might close that out, though, because I know somebody that works there at Griffin had said in the chat that it'll be up for a year. So, but anyway, and then all your downloads are there. Make sure to grab them, and I am going to shop the sale. I think we have like 5 minutes, hopefully. So I'll have this video edited. I'll have the info in the description box, and I'm gonna grab some lunch, you guys. Oh my gosh, great time. It was a really, really fun Crop Home 4, I would say. I love the dies. Oh my gosh, yes.